Hello and welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma and today I have a very exciting video for you all because we have implemented memberships into our channel, which is a really fun feature that YouTube allows us to participate in. And the few people that I know that have memberships, they've only started using the very lowest tier. And we're going to talk about tiers in just a moment. But I'm super excited to tell you that we will have 4 tiers, and this is an exciting and really fun opportunity for us to work together on a more intimate community level, where I will be sharing things with you that the rest of the subscribers and the public will not have access to without being a member. So in order to join, all you have to do is hit the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button on the channel. Underneath that, you will find a list of different tiers. And what's really fun is YouTube allows us to name our tiers. And I, of course, went with the seasons. So there's winter, spring, summer, and fall. And each tier levels up and you get more benefits and perks with each tier. So you can choose which tier that you want to be a part of and what level of access you have to me, and what kind of materials that you're interested in learning more about. So as you know, this channel has morphed and changed over the last couple of years, and I'm really niching down to only share what really lights me up and really brings me joy. And this channel is more about inspiration than it is about how to do things. What I really want is for you to enjoy your life and to be inspired to implement some new things that maybe I introduce you to. So I share my journey in the garden from that perspective, more so than a perspective of this is how you do it. But I do really enjoy teaching, so I add a little bit of those elements as well. And one of the membership levels is really, actually 2 of the membership levels is really going to go into giving you a much more play-by-play how to do things in a more sacred and deeper way. And both of those have to do with gardening, more so than they do with graveyards. I love to walk through graveyards and share them with you, mostly because my passion lies in the history and honoring the lives that lived, and therefore honoring our own lives. To me, when I walk through a graveyard, it reminds me of how short each one of our lives are. Even the lives that get lived to be 100 years, in the grand scheme of human existence, 100 years is almost nothing. And I just really encourage all of you and myself. I really just want to encourage every person on this planet to walk in love and enjoy, and just to do the thing that brings them the most pleasure in life. And when I walk through graveyards and I see remnants of people's stories on their headstones, or imagine what it was like living in the decades that they were living, it just really puts things into perspective for me on how important it is for each one of us to really do the thing that lights us up and brings us the most joy. And for me, that's gardening. And not just gardening, but really knowing my plants and really knowing how to interact with my plants and really knowing what their purpose is. Knowing the purpose of a plant gives me purpose in life. and I want to share that passion with you as well. It's not as easy to do in every video. So if you've been following me or you're new to my channel, I try to post a new video every single day. Yes, there's some, leeway in that. I can't get it done every single time. Things happen, vacations, family interventions, just personal days that I need to take. So it's not like every single day, but it's really darn close. And I really enjoy making content every day and editing and getting that content out to you. It does take a lot of time. And it takes a lot of time to set up the cameras, to plan out how the project's gonna go so that it flows and in an easy way for you to digest. And the editing process typically takes 2 to 3 times longer than the project itself, because there's a lot of cutting and pasting and zooming in and like choosing angles, especially if I've used more than one camera. So it takes a lot of time to be a YouTuber, and I can't take that much time in every video to do a really deep dive. So I love to just share my journey with you, my journey in life with you, and give you the highlights and hope that you're inspired. But I also really want to create a community with all of this audience that goes a little bit deeper, and we get to share a little bit more. And so I've created 4 tiers in the YouTube membership on the Gardens and Graveyards channel. Let's go ahead and talk about tiers. The very first tier is the winter tier, and it is, I'm going to be looking at notes. It's on my laptop. The first tier is Winter Roots, and it is $2.99 a month. And that is the lowest amount that YouTube will allow a member to pay. I can't get it to go any lower than that. For $2.99 a month, you will get loyalty badges next to your names. You will have access to unique emojis, and you'll have priority replies in comments. So if you are a member, YouTube will highlight your name so that I know that you're a member, and I'll be sure that you get priority on any comments that I make back to the community. And you get early access to all the videos. The really fun thing about that is I edit my videos late at night, and I schedule them to post at 5 a.m. the following morning. Well, when I'm going on vacation or a holiday's coming up, or an event is happening and I know that I'm going to be busy for several days, I will make a bunch of videos, somewhere between 3 and 12 videos. And I will edit all of them and schedule them to post each day. That way, the subscribers and the people who just come onto my channel to see what's going on will have a new, fresh video every day. If you are a member, at any level, you will have access to all the videos the minute they get posted. So sometimes that will look like you get a new video at 10 p.m. or at 1 a.m. Or sometimes it looks like you will get 3 or 2, 3, maybe even 5 videos at 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30 as they get loaded up at night. And you won't have to wait till 5 a.m. Pacific time to get your videos, which might benefit East Coasters or people on the other side of the Atlantic, because at 5 a.m. my time, it's already 8 a.m. in New York, which means you may be getting ready to leave the house to go to work or get your kids off to school, and you might not be able to watch my videos until later in the afternoon or binge them on the weekends. But now, if you become a member, you will get them at 10 p.m. between, I would say between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Pacific time which means you'll have them available for you when you wake up in the morning, and if you want to watch them while you're getting ready or making breakfast or anytime. So that is the winter roots level. Loyalty badges, priority comments, early access to all the videos, and apparently some fun, unique emojis. That's something that YouTube does. I don't know what they are. The second level is the spring flower level, which is $4.99 a month. That includes everything from the winter roots level that we just discussed, and photo and status updates in real time, which means if I'm doing something and I want to share it with you, I can post it on YouTube like right now, kind of like I would in maybe an IG story or a Facebook post or something like that, but I could do it on YouTube and you'll be notified and you can see what I'm doing real time. Plus, we will have member polls. I don't know how often I'll post a poll, but when you become a spring flower or above member, you'll have access to member polls. The really fun thing about member polls is that you get to drive what is getting done on this YouTube channel. So if you really love specific kinds of videos that I do, you'll be able to vote for those videos, and I'll be able to see that this is something that people really, really enjoy, and I should make more videos like that so that you can keep enjoying this channel and membership even more. So that is the spring flowers. So everything in the winter roots, loyalty badges, special emojis, early access to videos, priority replies to comments, and photo and status updates in real time, plus member polls. Then it gets fun. The third level is summer celebration, and for that level it is $8.99 a month. In that level, you get everything the winter roots and the spring flowers get, plus you get members only shorts, which means that you'll be getting 60-second videos that nobody else gets to see except for you and the next tier. You'll also get member shoutouts. That might be in the replies to the comments, it might be in the community tab, or it might be in videos. I might use your actual name, I might use your business name to say, hey, this person suggested this and I'm doing it. Or I might just say, oh, someone enlightened me on something new that I didn't know. This is their name. So you will have member shout out availability. Or just simply an acknowledgement of your existence for being such fun and beautiful people on my membership. Then what's really going to be super fun in the summer celebration level is twice a month I am going to be posting member only videos that only the summer celebration and the next tier, Fall Deeply, will have access to. And those videos will be how to create your own sacred space in the garden and in the home and in public places. And we'll be exploring sacred spaces in other people's homes, in public spaces, in private spaces. We will be acknowledging sacred lands. We will do a little like history dive and talk about sacred spaces across the world. All those videos twice a month will be a deep dive into sacred spaces and how we can make our lives more sacred and amplified so that we can really, really be in touch with ourselves and a higher divine being. Then is the most juicy and the most fun, and what I am even more excited about than sacred spaces is the Fall Deeply level. In the Fall Deeply level, we will be doing so much work. The Fall Deeply level is $14.99 a month, and in that membership you will receive everything that Winter Roots, Spring Flowers, and Summer Celebration gets. So all of the above, the loyalty badges, the special emojis, the priority reply on comments, the early access to all the videos. You'll get photos and status updates in real time, as well as membership polls. Plus, you'll get member shout outs and 2 times a month a deep dive into sacred spaces. And then it gets fun. In the Fall Deeply level, we're going to do plant profiles. And I cannot wait. 1 time a month, I will do a video. There will be a PDF attachment available, sometimes more than one. Sometimes the video will be 2 parts. Sometimes the video will have links to other videos so that you can like match what I'm talking about to what is like real-time application. So let me talk about plant profiles. I have been in multiple memberships that do plant profiles, whether they're herbalists, whether they're gardeners, or horticulture specialists. There's lots of ways to do plant profiles. I want to combine them and do them all. So in my plant profile that you'll receive as a Fall Deeply member for $14.99 a month, you will receive, we'll talk about one plant per month, right? So I'll select one plant, and we're gonna talk about how to care for it, where to source it, like all the plant maintenance, how to prune it, how to fertilize it, how to like where to plant it, what its water requirements are, what its sun requirements are, all those basic, how to care for a plant. All the basic how to care for that specific plant will be covered in the plant profile. In addition to that, we are going to talk about design ideas, how to implement this plant into your garden, what plants look good with this plant, what plants bloom with this plant, which plants would thrive with this plant. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of growing this plant in different types of environments. Like, is it more invasive? Is it more finicky? Does it create a lot of seed? Is it really messy? Is it not super showy? Is it a slow grower? Like, these are the pros and cons we're going to talk about. Then we're going to talk about the medicinal properties of the plant. We will go into a deep dive on all of the medicinal properties that I can find about the plant. I will not be giving medical advice. That is not what it's going to be about. You will have to do your own due diligence on how to use the plant medicinally. So there will not be recipes for medicine or how exactly to use the plant as a remedy, but we will talk about the medicinal qualities of the plant, whether the roots are used or the leaves are used or the sap is used or the flower is used, and different ways that it might be used, like in a salve or in a tea or topically or ingestion. But we won't talk about and we'll talk about how the plant is used. Like, is it used for intestinal issues? Is it used for, headaches? Is it used in, for anti-inflammatory, that kind of thing? But we won't be talking about, use this many parts to this many parts to this many parts to create a herbal concoction. There are other herbalists out there that do fantastic jobs at that. I will also definitely be referencing some very specific people that I know, especially if I'm talking about a plant and one of those sources has a really great YouTube video about it, I will link them with the plant profiles, because I think it's really important that we learn how to use herbal medicine through qualified practitioners. but we can still talk about like really general medicinal qualities. We're also going to do folklore and myths about the plant. I find knowing the myth and the magic and the mystical properties of plants is super fun, and it's super easy to like remember what they are for, what is their purpose. Like if I can remember like how a specific plant works in my body, then it also helps me remember where that plant wants to live on the land. So I love making those kinds of connections, and we will talk about those connections as well as spiritual properties, how those plants have been used in different cultures around the world in spiritual practices. We will talk about planetary connections because astrologers have found that many plants connect to different planets in different ways. And I find that really fascinating and super fun knowledge to have. We'll also talk about crystal relationships because I have found that crystals that are formed in certain parts of the world with certain plants that grow there have similar resonance and frequencies, and I think that's a really fun thing to talk about, and I would love to include that in the plant profiles when I can find that information. Then it doesn't end, it gets even better because I will also be sharing a guided meditation and how to connect with that plant in your mind, body, and spirit. And this is something that is definitely not happening on the channel in any other capacity. I will not be sharing meditations in the main channel for any reason, but in this particular membership for $14.99 a month, the Fall Deeply membership, you will get once a month a guided meditation by me to learn more about yourself, your connection to Mother Earth, and one particular plant every month. With all of this, you will get a 1 to 2 page PDF that you can download that gives you the whole rundown if you want to have something physical to look at, to reference, to print out, to take notes on. You will have that available, just like an outline of these plant profiles. So just a little recap on what the Fall Deeply plant profile will include in case your mind kind of wandered because there was so much on there. We'll be talking about general plant maintenance. We'll talk about design. We'll talk about the pros and cons of growing. We'll talk about medicinal, spiritual, and folklore myths associated with the plant. We'll also talk about planetary and crystal relationships, as well as a guided meditation to meet the plant in your spirit form. So that is all of them. So I hope that you choose to join us as a member, and I cannot wait to start creating this community in a deeper and more profound way, and to share some gifts that I haven't shared with you all yet. I've touched on a few little spiritual things here and there, but I've never really gone in super deep with you, and I'm really looking forward to having that opportunity. So again, there's 4 levels: winter roots, spring flowers, summer celebration, and fall deeply. And the winter is the most basic, and it goes all the way up to fall deeply, where we go deep dive in plant profiles. And I can't wait to see you all in there. I cannot wait to begin the program. I should say this: the 2 sacred videos in summer celebration will be separated every other week. So you can just like know that it'll be a Saturday video every other week. And then the Fall Deeply video, the deep dive video, and all of its like components, the PDF and extra video references will all be once a month on the full moon. And remember, the full moon it has some leeway, so it could be a couple days before, it could be a couple days after, but somewhere around the full moon you'll receive everything for the Fall Deeply membership. Oftentimes I'll probably do the plant profile and a second video for the meditation, and then if there's any secondary videos to go a little bit deeper, if I've already done a video that dives into specifics on a video, especially, or specifics on a plant, especially if it's like care and maintenance, I may just skip over this care and maintenance and reference and link below and go deeper into the spiritual attributes of that particular plant, so we're not like rehashing all the same things all the time. So every month a different plant. It can go from, it'll mostly be herbs, but there will definitely be trees. We'll talk a lot about, you know, we'll lean heavily on plants that have already been acknowledged and referenced in spiritual traditions around the world. So that's really exciting, just to give you an idea of what kind of plants. But I might be inspired to just like dive deep into some random ornamental that inspires me, because this is just going to be about really shining my light and doing what really lights me up and gives me joy, and I want to share that with all of you. So I hope, like I said, I really hope that you decide to join us as a member. And if you choose not to and you have subscribed, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We are well on our way to 2,000 members now, which is our subscribers now, which is so fun. It wasn't very long ago where I was just like hoping and hoping for 1,000, and we are just trucking along and moving the needle, which I'm so happy about. And I really appreciate all of you who watch our channel, subscribe to our channel, love and like and comment on our videos. And now I'm really excited that I get to offer you memberships. So I will see you in the community, and I will see you in the next video. And I hope that you keep celebrating your life every day. Bye.